Well, Streakers, I have exciting news. Now, it may not be on the scale of exciting in the sense of world-changing, phenomenal event that happened. It is exciting to me, though. And I'm going to share it with you today. I'm laughing because I think you'll laugh at the exciting news that I have. I'm going to share that with you today, and we're going to talk a little bit about how this exciting news all came into be. This is Jeff Downs. This is a streaking show. Let's start streaking. Okay, so what happened? What's the exciting news? What is it about it? You saw me just reach, if you're watching this, you saw me reach over and grab something. I'm going to reveal it here in just a second. Let me give you the number of days. It's a streak. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a streak. And 570 days ago, so I started this streak 570 days ago. I started the streak, and it's under the because I want to be. As we talk about, Jamie and I yesterday, we talked about who we want to be, and that is intrinsically linked to the activities we do. Because you streak because you want to become a certain person. Identifying who that person is important. One of the things that I want to be is healthy and fit. Yesterday, a momentous event happened, and I drained a vitamin bottle. That's right. This B complex vitamin bottle, the Super B complex, had 460 tablets. I take one a day, and it is completely empty, gone. I was so happy to get to the bottom of this one because, honestly, just being completely transparent, I hate the way these B complex smell, okay? I take them because of a whole bunch of other reasons. I'm sure you could tell me, if you nutritionists that are out there could say, well, this is why you take B complex. But I drained the bottle, and it took 460 days, and I started this streak 570 days ago. So you can see when I picked up this bottle, it's amazing to get to the bottom of a vitamin bottle. I was so ecstatic yesterday, and I'm smiling and laughing because it is such a laughably simple thing to do every day. And the reason why I started this streak in the first place was because of my B statement, which is I want to be healthy and fit. Now, I need to go back just a little bit more because when you look at this particular streak as well as others, I adopted this from someone else. Someone else had a streak of take at least one vitamin every day. And I think it was one of our original streakers, Abby, who had this streak. I did not have the streak and resisted it for quite some time. As I've been aging, getting older, I've noticed inside of myself some of the things that I used to be able to do without much thought. I now have to think about it a little bit more. The physical stamina is not quite as profound as it was when I was younger. And so there's things that you change. I was watching a short with Keanu Reeves, and the interviewer, it was one of the late night hosts that was interviewing him, and they were asking him about Kung Fu. And the interviewer said, so do you still do Kung Fu? And Keanu Reeves, I don't even know. I guess I have to look. How old is Keanu Reeves? Let's take a look at this. How old is Keanu Reeves? He's 59 years old. Okay, so almost 60. He's older than I am, much older. And they're talking to him about Kung Fu. The interviewer is asking him, he asked him, so do you still do Kung Fu? And do you still do your own stunts in your films? I guess talking about John Wick. And Keanu Reeves like, yeah, I love it. I still do it. It's great. And the interviewer said, and as you do it, is it still as simple? Is it as easy as it was? And Keanu was like, yeah. And the interviewer kind of laughs and looks at him and be like, you're 59 years old. Are you telling me the truth here? Are you lying? And Keanu says, it's still simple and easy to do. It's the recovery that takes so much longer. It is recovering from the Kung Fu that I have to spend a lot of time and energy looking at, supporting, realizing, resting, that I can't move as quickly as or recover as quickly as I once had. And he said, and I've learned some things as far as being a little bit more efficient in my Kung Fu moves. Which, interestingly enough, when I was studying about Cal Ripken Jr. and his streak of 2,632 games in a row in Major League Baseball, that's massive. they didn't call him the Iron Man for no reason. It's to keep up the level of play that he needed to keep up in order to be on the field for 2,632 games. In other words, for 16 years without ever missing a game. That takes a massive amount of awareness and intentionality. One of the things that Cal Ripken Jr. said and Keanu Reeves also said, both of them saying the same things, is they learned how to be efficient in what they do. The efficiency allowed them to have the same level of performance without expending the same level of energy or expending the same level of potential injury. That is what happens through time as you get used to, or as you streak. You start to see efficiencies. You start to see how you can spend less energy but have the same or better result. I found it amazing. I'm going to come back to vitamins in just a second. One of the areas where I found this quite significantly as far as efficiency, but then getting a better result, is in the streak that I have around my emails. And my emails, it is not more than 10 emails in my inbox at the end of the day. I have gotten extremely efficient at my email management, and I've found ways to not only be efficient, but also be better at responses, at being able to not only get back to people, but get them the information that they need. I'm extremely efficient in decision making when it comes to emails. This is the other thing that I've noticed with this email streak, is my decision making ability. I look at quarterbacks, professional quarterbacks, as we're in football season, and their ability to make decisions and how they're able to make those decisions in the field of play when a lot of things are happening. They are honing that skill for years. They hone that skill as they look at it and say, what are my options here? You know, in the play, I've got 3 or 4 different options. What's going to be the right one to go with? And the quarterbacks that are most successful have honed that decision-making skill in such a way that they're always picking out the targets that are going to get them what they need in the moment. So they're efficient and they're at the top of the chart in regards to the most beneficial play. That's what we're talking about when you're looking at streaking, is you're doing something long enough that you start to gain efficiencies. But if you don't do it long enough, if you don't get to the place where you're starting to really understand and see how you operate, what it is that you do, you won't gain those efficiencies. As I think about Keanu Reeves, as I think about Cal Ripken Jr., and many, many, many others who have streaks and are successful people, they've learned how to be efficient with their energy so that they're not expending at 100%. They're expending at 80% energy, but getting 100% or 110% result. You may not believe that happens, but it does. It absolutely happens. It is one of the areas where when you take the time, meaning the streak, meaning the everyday, to evaluate and see where it is you're spending your energy and how you can get more efficient, you'll find a way to have greater efficiencies with better production. Which leads us all the way back to the vitamin bottle streak. Why did I start that streak? As Keanu Reeves said, recovery is really the key. You know that I have a streak of run or walk at least 1 mile every day. I prepped for a marathon this season, actually 2023 marathon. I didn't end up running it. I got enough of an injury that I didn't want to risk the streak. And so after the 20-mile run in preparation, I didn't pull out of the marathon. I postponed the marathon to next year. So I'm going to go for it again. I'm not a 5, 10, 12 marathon runner a year, 12 marathons a year runner. I try to do one a year. I haven't done one for actually a long time. And so I shouldn't even say I try to do one a year. I'm trying to do one more. And if that leads to one a year, great. I'm trying to get up to the physical stamina and also the ability to run the marathon. In this last go, I just got the injury and I didn't make it. And recovery takes so much longer than what it used to. There's also other things that I have to do, other streaks that I probably should add in. I haven't added them in yet, but a stretching streak is probably one that I need to do on a regular basis, or something in yoga in order to, I have a weak spot in my hamstring that I need to work out, and I need to get strong, not only stronger, but also more flexible in that area. As I thought about all this, recovery and so forth, I didn't have the vitamin streak, and now I do, and I started that, over a year ago. And the reason why I started it was because I needed the additional supplements to help in recovery and to continue to help being physically fit. When my father, bless his soul, he passed away a couple of years ago, he was the one that originally started us as a family running. We ran the Boulder, which is a 10K race, 6.2 miles. And every year it was just this race that he would have us all do. I remember my first Boulder. I ran, walked the whole thing. It was awful. Kept running them. I never was really a professional runner. I've never been a runner that is having times that would be considered professional. I mean, that's crazy fast. I was just okay. As I kept on running and using this as my form of physical fitness and to be physically fit so that I could do other things in my life, keep up with my children, go on vacations with them that maybe required hiking or touring or any of those things. I wanted always to remain physically fit. I noticed that when I got a little bit older in life, I started to really see that recovery took a longer time when I ran longer distances. Or when I was lifting weights. I lifted weights for quite a while. It started to take longer to recover. My father also had a heart condition that basically, and that's what he died of, is his heart condition, that was hereditary. And what I thought on that as well is I thought, you know what? I want to do as much as I can for as long as I can to not have to go to the forms of medication that my father had to go to in order to keep the heart pumping. Eventually, he got a pacemaker, kept the heart pumping. I started to notice, as I was getting older, my heart would act in weird and funny ways. Now, I know that sounds strange, but it would, like, every once in a while, it would speed up, or it would, I wouldn't feel faint from it, but I could feel it in my chest. I thought, this is not good. I did go to a cardiologist, told him that I was a runner. He said they put a monitor on me for a little while, and they're like, look, we can't see anything right now. However, pay attention, and if something's happening, come back. Well, as I paid attention, I realized that there were certain things that triggered my heart into this really weird feeling, and certain things that if I didn't do, my heart remained normal. One of those things was when I would take a multivitamin, one a day multivitamin. The other thing that I added to it, as I researched on how to have heart health, was B12 and also fish oil and magnesium. So those are the 4 vitamins that I take daily, a multivitamin plus those 3 others. I started a streak to do all those because even though, and this is the kicker, even though I knew that it was good for me to have these vitamins and that I knew that it would help my heart, I didn't have the behavior to do this and the behavioral tool that would put it into my life. So I set a streak. I said, I'm going to take at least 1 vitamin every day. And since I've done that, I've noticed a significant change. Now, there's one other thing that I did, one other streak that's made a really impactful change in my life, and that was choose any other beverage than soda. And I think I have to read it to you exactly how it is in here. It is, let's see here, drink at least 1 bottle of water every day. I've had that for 154 days. Record, walk. Oh, come on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Choose any beverage other than soda. So I could choose any beverage other than soda every day. I have not drank any soda at all for 483 days. and I have noticed a significant difference. Those have been the two streaks that have had a massive impact on my recovery from runs and also on my heart health. Noticed it 100%. So I'm celebrating today, drained another bottle. It's been fantastic. I'd invite you to take a look at what you're seeing in your physical health and set streaks in order to stay healthy and fit, because it provides you such a great life and an opportunity to do so many wonderful things. Thank you. I appreciate you listening today. If you want to read the Streaking book, you can buy it from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or anywhere books are sold. You can also download it from Audible and listen to it on Audible. If you really want to get an idea of what streaking is about, download the app, the Streaking app, at Google Play or the Apple App Store. Pass it along to your friends. Give it a review so that more and more people see it and more people can benefit from what conscious consistency does for you and how it helps you become who you want to be, so everyone can start streaking today. Well, until I talk to you again, keep streaking.